Africa is a continent whose story stretches farther back than memory and deeper than recorded time. Long before the world built cities of stone and metal, Africa nurtured life, culture, and ideas that would shape the human journey forever. In the dawn of human history, the first footsteps echo across African soil. These were the ancestors of every living person today. They gathered beneath acacia trees, learned to read the sky, and depended on the rhythm of seasons to survive. They mastered fire, sharpened stones into tools, and began passing knowledge from parents to children. As millennia moved on, Africa transformed from scattered communities into vibrant societies. Farmers planted the first crops, herders tended cattle and sheep, traders followed rivers and game trails, carrying baskets of goods from village to village. People developed languages, ceremonies, stories, and beliefs that tied generations together. Then powerful kingdoms began to rise. In the northeast, the Nile River supported a civilization that dazzled the ancient world. Egypt grew into a kingdom of monumental temples, disciplined armies, and brilliant scholars. The pyramids rose, standing as physical proof that African people had mastered mathematics, architecture, and astronomy thousands of years before any other civilizations were even born. South of Egypt, the Kushite and Nubian kingdoms thrived. They controlled trade routes, forged iron tools and weapons, and built their own pyramids in the desert sands. For centuries, they shaped the world around them, sometimes in cooperation with Egypt, sometimes in rivalry, and sometimes in command. Across the Sahara to the west, time was shaping a different legacy. A vast network of trade emerged between the Mediterranean and the sub-Saharan kingdoms. Gold, salt, ivory, and leather moved across the desert on camel caravans that stretched farther than the eye could see. The empire of Ghana grew strong in this trade, ruling the region with influence and wealth. When Ghana fell, Mali emerged, built by the determination of its founding leaders. Under Mansa Musa, Mali flourished so brightly that its reputation reached Europe and the Middle East. His legendary journey to Mecca demonstrated the sheer riches of West Africa. Yet Mali's greatest treasure was not gold, but knowledge. The city of Timbuktu became a cradle of scholarship. There, students memorized poetry, studied medicine and astronomy, and copied precious manuscripts by hand. Knowledge was not hidden, it was preserved, protected, and shared. As Mali changed, the Songhai Empire stepped forward. With powerful rulers and organized governance, it became one of the largest states in African history. Its cities rang with trade, its fields fed thousands, and its leaders managed territory larger than many European nations of the same era. To the south, a marvel of stone emerged. Great Zimbabwe rose above the landscape, a city built with precision and vision. Its walls, constructed without mortar, sheltered rulers, traders, and artisans. The kingdom managed cattle herds, mined gold, and influenced trade networks stretching across land and sea. Turning eastward, the African coast opened a doorway to the world. Here, cultures blended to form Swahili civilization, an elegant fusion of African roots and international connections. Sailors learned to navigate monsoon winds and traveled across the Indian Ocean to Arabia, Persia, India, and even China. Cities like Kilwa and Zanzibar became bustling hubs of wealth and culture. Africa was not isolated from the world, it was deeply connected long before explorers from Europe arrived. Then came a difficult turning point. Foreign powers arrived not only for trade, but for exploitation. Millions of Africans were captured and enslaved, their lives uprooted, their cultures disrupted. Families were torn apart, kingdoms weakened, and entire regions devastated. Colonial forces followed, carving up the continent as if the people living on it were invisible. New borders divided communities that had been united for centuries. Traditional systems of leadership were suppressed or destroyed. African voices were pushed aside as foreign flags were raised. But even in the face of oppression, Africa never stopped fighting. Leaders rose to defend their people. Some fought with words and diplomacy, others with strategy and force. Revolts shook colonial rule from north to south. Hope found a way to spread, even when freedom seemed impossible. In the 20th century, Africa's resistance transformed into revolution. Nation after nation demanded independence. Ghana led the movement, and a wave of freedom swept across the continent. By the late 1900s, nearly every African country had reclaimed its sovereignty and once again held the power to shape its own destiny. Today, Africa stands in a remarkable moment of rebirth. It is young, energetic, full of creativity and potential. Artists reshape global culture with music, dance, and fashion. Entrepreneurs build technology companies that solve everyday problems. Scientists, writers, filmmakers, and leaders carry forward the spirit of innovation that has always lived on the continent. Africa's story is not one of darkness or defeat. It is the story of endurance, brilliance, courage, and renewal. From the first humans who walked its soil, to the kingdoms that rose and fell, to the nations pushing forward, today the heartbeat of Africa has never stopped. This story continues with every new voice, every new idea, and every new achievement. Africa is not just the beginning of human history, it is an active author of humanity's future. And the world is only now beginning to understand how much Africa has always had to teach.